This time on Woody's Garage, we service the neighbor's snowblower. It's nice and shiny.
Okay, here we have a nice Craftsman Snowblower. It's my neighbor's. They want me to do a little service on it last year. The carburetor had some water in it, which I got out. But it was also, the bowl was rusty, and this machine is brand new. So, I'm going to go over it, make sure it's ready for the season, etc. Probably pretty boring. But they keep it in a shed. They had a tarp over it. I pulled out the tarp and a couple of mice jumped ship. So, might be a nest in it. I hope not. So we're going to start it up. It's got last year's gas. I always tell them to run it out of gas. They never do. It's got an electric start, thank God, because my shoulder is out of it. I have a shoulder impingement or something. It's killing me. The oil in it is, I think, factory. I don't think I changed it before for them. And it's like clean because it's hardly been used. I usually just do their driveway for them with my snowblower, so they don't even get to use theirs. Okay, let's see if it starts. Down, turn up a little bit, isn't it? I don't think there's going to be a lot of servicing on this one. Start it up again. Yeah, deal is it's got to run on the choke or it won't run at all, which means it's starving for gas. And this thing is, to get into the carburetor, it's just like a Pia, as far as I can tell. I mean, when I started doing this tour last year, it was snowing. I knew it was going to take a little bit more than just taking out these two. You think that would be it, but it's not. In this knob, but it's not. So I'm going to have to try to get into it a little deeper. These two cap nuts off, and the knob off. And there's still something else holding it. And one thing I just remembered, and this is one solid piece. Through here, tucks under the muffler. You know, it's really strange. Oh, the one thing I was just about to complain about is that these things are like half American, half metric. Freaking ridiculous. Let's get this power out of here. Looks like this plastic comes all the way over here. And of course, it's probably anchored underneath the electric start. And they really know how to put these things together to make it a lot of work. Okay, looks like with the one bottom screw out, the plastic comes loose, still kind of like hung up on the pull start. I mean, now what? I guess the choke knob pulls off. I mean, the throttle pulls off. Not easily. Okay, I'm gonna look around a little bit. Okay, I leaned it forward. This is what I did last year in a pinch. I just went under. You have access to the bowl anyway. I'm gonna get that off. I want to get the old gas out of it. I'm guessing this whole problem is just water in the gas. Yeah, what a way to drain the gas, because I can't get to the gas line. Okay, and it's almost it's a huge tank, and there's a lot of gas in it. This thing I'm draining into is called a Mr. Filter, and if you look closely, you see that screening? Well, that'll let just gas through. If there's any other debris, you can put dirt in there, it's not going to go through it. It'll also hold back water, which is pretty amazing. So you filter this and you have some, decent gas. It's last year's, but what the heck. Good to the last drop. Finally. I'm going to take these hemostats here. This piece of long underwear. And put it down in there and swish it around, see if I can get up any dirt or leftover gas. Did get a little gas, but it's pretty clean in there. You always get about this much gas left over. I guess it's like the reservoir. It doesn't make it up as high as the filter, so that you gotta just toss. Actually, we're gonna put it in this and see what it looks like. Now we're going to take off this 10mm and pull down the bowl. The drain's already out, obviously. It's also good to note which way the drain is facing towards me. I've certainly seen worse. Okay, that exposes the float right here. The camera and the finger working together. Gotta pull this pin right here and the float will come out. Float's nice and clean. Needle valve looks nice and clean. I get a better look up in the carb. Everything looks nice and clean. See if we can pull a jet out of here. And I'm guessing there's a jet that's on top, and that's what it's going to be. No doubt. Okay, this unscrews out of there. Got the main jet out, and the emulsion tube, or whatever that thing's called. And as soon as I put the machine down flat, they just fell out, and I was lucky I caught them. But they look pretty darn clean. Which of course makes it that it is that top friggin' jet that I can't get to. I mean, this stuff's got to come off easier than that. Obviously that can come out. Okay, I pivoted this guy a little bit. As you see, there's one bolt way in there. Way in there. You can knock it at unless you take this off. So I figured maybe it'll pivot. It did. It pivoted enough that this came out. Gotta pull off the choke knob, and I can probably get this whole thing off. It took some pulling to the point that I thought I was gonna break it, but I didn't. Okay, now we should be able to get the whole thing off. But I'm gonna put the camera down to do it. And there it be. Dangling by the primer and the on-off, the key switch. So now there's another jet. It's right underneath there. Man, these are cheapo carburetors. They really are. It's a goddamn shame. I'm going to take note of this linkage. I don't know, is this a Briggs or what kind of engine is this? I don't even know. Oh, it's a Craftsman. No. I sprayed all the orifices. Carb cleaner. Now we got to get this last one. It's underneath here. And it's a hell of a place to put a jet. I mean, underneath the set screw for the idle adjustment. So I'm just going to note where the idle adjustment is, although this works off a governor. There's no throttle. I'm just going to put it back to where it was. The little flashlight on it right here. You pop this guy out. I hate to say it's always clean in there, but of course you can't see a thing. We'll just spray it out. Okay, another shot of carb cleaner all the way around until it kind of dribbled out all the holes. And then I took my compressed air tank and blasted it with compressed air. Now we're going to reassemble. So here's a gas I drained. It is kind of yellowy. The dirt might be from the filter, not necessarily from the gas tank of the snowblower. And I don't really see any water in there. I don't think. It's been sitting for a while too. Ooh. Okay, we're back on my neighbor's Craftsman Snowblower. The carburetor came in, and I got it down in the basement and goes, this is freezing outside. It's like 32 degrees and really windy, and it's like happened a little too fast, so I'm not used to it. So we'll take a look at the carburetors. This was shipped really quick in California, unless they have a distribution center on the East Coast or something. And this is what we got. They give you all this: a primer bulb, fuel filter, new primer hose. Well, this machine doesn't really need it. It's so new. It's really a shame I have to put on a new carburetor. But here it is. Looks just the same, doesn't it? Although it's kind of hard to tell. Let me get that stuff out of the way. As you can see, they do look almost identical. At least so far, right? Okay. Let's get the old one off and we'll put the new one on. I got new gaskets with it too. Well, it's a really good deal. The difference though, actually, I saw is this one has this jet accessible, where the other one just has like a bump. It's like, yeah, maybe you could put a slit in it or something like that, but it wasn't made to be fixed. So, let's put this in. Okay, pop the gas line off. We got to get these springs, the spring off here. This spring, I guess, is just to take up slack in the throttle. I've never really understood what it did, but this guy just pulls out, and so does that guy. So they're next, and I can pull this off. This is for the primer. So I can get that off. They gave me a new line for that in case I destroy this. Creeping, we got it. Okay. Okay, we got them side by side. This is the new one. God, that one looks so new, doesn't it? It's a shame. A little bit different. That orifice right there is smaller than that one. It's the only real difference that I see. And I just had the horrible feeling like, what if I put on this new carburetor and it's still running only on choke? But we'll have to drive off that bridge when we get to it. Okay, we got the throttle hitched up, the spring, and the rod. Got the gas line hitched up. We got the primer hitched up. A little suspicious looking right there. It really gets pinched going through this plastic housing business. Gasket, we got the choke thing on. I think that's hitched up right. That's half the reason I videotape these things. You can remember how things went by videotape instead of your failing memory. Okay, nothing else we want to do in here except for put this big chunk of plastic over everything. So let's do it. Putting this cover back on is a bugger. You know, you don't think it's going on right because it keeps binding up on something. I mean, they could have made, you know, single panels and they just wanted to save a penny by making it one big screw up. With this thing that you can't even take off, so you gotta like hold it up and push things in. And you know, at the same time you're doing that, you figure like a gasket might be falling down because you're fidgeting with it so much. Not only that, they mix American and metric nuts and bolts. I mean, Jesus. But we're just being cautious and taking our time. We'll get it on. Get started right up. First, one thing I missed. Breather hose on. We gotta put that on. Hopefully I can reach it from underneath. Also gotta change the oil stuff.